Hey everybody, this is Captain Muniz with Nomad Fishing, and today I'm bringing you the fishing report. It's the 10th of October, 2025. And before I begin, I just wanted to thank all of you that have subscribed to the channel and those of you that always hit that like button and leave your questions and comments. So if you're watching, please don't forget, it really helps out a lot. If you do that, hit that like button. It takes 1 second. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them. Going back to the fishing, we've continued to enjoy pretty good fishing. We were out earlier this week, had several trips, and right now we have a little lull. October is generally a pretty slow period in the charter industry down here in South Florida. So a lot of guys are sitting at the dock. Maybe you might get 20-30% of the boats going out per day, if that much. Most boats right now are doing maintenance and catching up on things like that. Going back to the fishing, it's been real good. Starting off with the mahi fishing offshore has been real good. A lot of keeper fish, a lot of really nice fish, heavy lifters, gaffers. So it's worth the trip offshore. And this time of year, there's usually not a ton of boats. So once you find a nice school, you have them to yourself. They've been under debris, they've been under birds. So you got to get out there and look. Last few days that we fished, the green water was out real deep. We didn't have a color change out to like 800 feet. And as soon as you found that bluer water, they were there. You just had to look for the birds working and stuff like that, and the mahis were there. So like I said, a lot of really nice fish. Also, if you find the floating debris, there's been a decent amount of wahoo around that debris. You can drop jigs down, you can troll with planers. Basically anything you can troll down deep around under that floating debris is productive. Also, if you guys want to target wahoo, this is a good month for wahoo, not only in the Bahamas, but also in South Florida. The key to that is to start early in the morning and troll the edge anywhere from 150 out to like 300 feet would be a good depth most of the time. Of course, you got to look around and see where there's any current rips, bait, anything that looks fishy, a nice sharp color change, a temperature break, things like that is what you're looking for to find those fish. You're not going to catch 15 or 20 like you might catch in the Bahamas, but on a good day you might catch 1, 2, or even 3 fish. So it just depends. It's kind of it's not high percentage fishing, but if you're looking to catch a wahoo, that's a good way to do it. The other way is to fish large, live baits. That works well too. You can either bump them around, you can drift. Over the years, I've caught a lot of really nice wahoo this time of year, just fishing the edge with the live bait, not even targeting them, to be honest, because I don't like to go out there and spend too much time on something if it's low percentage fishing. Getting back to the fishing on the edge, like I said, we had the mahi. We also had tuna, especially late in the afternoon. It seemed like they're biting better late in the afternoon, anywhere from like 3 o'clock to like 5 or 6 o'clock. They're biting pretty good. The key to the tuna is the pilchards, and the pilchards have been around in pretty good numbers. If you don't find them in one spot, just keep looking. You'll probably find them in another spot. Just look for the diving pelicans and birds working, and you'll find the pilchards have been pretty good. And I'm hoping they'll be around for another 6 to 8 weeks. If last year was any indication, this looks like this year's going to be a pretty good year for pilchards, at least from what we've seen so far. On the reef, there's been some small kingfish and some mackerel showing up, some Spanish mackerel. Just be careful if you're fishing for the mackerel. A lot of times they'll have those juvenile kingfish mixed in, and they could be mistaken for a mackerel. So make sure you know what you're catching before you throw it in the box, because if you get checked and you have the wrong species of a small kingfish, you're probably going to get a fine for that. So just be real careful with that. Yellowtail bite's been real good too, especially when there's some current. They've been chewing pretty good. For those of you that like the deep drop fishing, there's been some yellow eyes and some nice vermilions, especially on the days with slow current. I would say a current under anywhere from 2 knots or 2 miles per hour or less. I normally don't like the real heavy current for deep dropping. It makes it really tough. So that's another thing. The mullet run is also still going on. There's still mullet coming through. So there'll be tarpon, there'll be snook, there'll be jacks chasing those schools of mullet around. They're pretty hard to miss. If you're in the area of migrating mullet, you will know right away. What else? A little closer to shore, the channels in the bay are holding muttons, keeper-sized muttons. They're also holding a decent amount of mangrove snapper. So you can find these channels, anchor up, and just chum with the live pilchards, block chum, put in the time, and you'll get some really nice fish. The last few days, we had some really nice muttons all inshore. So they're there. There's some yellow jacks around. So it's been good. So like I said, right now the fishing is pretty good, and I expect it to stay good like this for at least another few weeks until we get more into that winter time mode. Well, guys, with that, I'm going to let you go. Until next week, my name is Captain Muniz with Nomad Fishing. And again, don't forget to hit that like button. Thanks again. Bye-bye.